Welcome to the Slovenia country. Today we would like to have a wonderful trip surrounding the Slovenian country. And first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Fanani Rashidin, becomes as your tour guides today. I hope that you guys prepare for anything that you really need, especially like a camera, video, and whatever that is. So you can take for every single moment in Slovenia. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Here are the list of the destinations that we are going to visit. The first of all, we would like to visit the Ljubljana, and the second we would like to visit Lake Blade, and followed by the Triglav National Park, and then Kranjevska Gora, and the last is Selje. Here is the locations maps of Slovenians. So strategically, Slovenia is a scenic country with the fantastic locations in the heart of Europe. And after that, the nation is surrounded by the Eastern Alps, the Adriatic Sea, the Balkans, Italy, Croatia, and Hungary, making it accessible from the range of the European locations. Planning a trip to Slovenia is an opportunity to see a variety of destinations that include vibrant city, charming villages, snow-capped mountains, and scenic beaches. On your next getaway, aim to see as many of the best places to visit as Slovenia as your schedule will allow. So let's not wasting a time so much. Let's get started with the first destinations. Ljubljana. So people might be thinking about where they have to stay when they are in the Slovenia. But in here you don't have to be worried about that because you can find any accommodations places in here. You can find a motel, you can find a hotel, you can find any kinds of homestay in here as you are a tourist from a foreigner country. And what kinds of interesting aspect in these places? Ljubljana, one of the best places to visit in Slovenia. So this is kinds of the basically capital city in Slovenia. Although Ljubljana is much smaller than European capitals, it has a unique charms that makes it worth a visit. There are some kinds of major attractions in this city. As you can see, there is a Tromo stove, also known as the Triple Bridge, where three picturesque bridges span the river right next to one another. So this is what makes this place is very interesting and special for the tourists. And also when the first comers come here, they always get down in these places first to get a lot of interesting or cost effective for their accommodation services like that. So okay, we have done. Okay, I would like to give you 5 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to travel around in Ljubljana places. Well, everyone, let's get back to the tour bus. So we would like to continue in our second destinations. Here is our second destinations. Name is Lake Bled. So what is Lake Bled actually? If the first times that we were visiting a Ljubljana is the place where us the people can stay, and where is the place where our people can get their accommodation services, in here they can also find accommodation services to stay at in Lake. But in Lake Bled is, it's little bit expensive. It is not quite cost effective for those who wants to stay or having accommodations in here. So I suggest to you to stay at the Ljubljana places. Instead, in Lake Blade, it is preferable for someone who is going to have refreshments and looking for look reducing their stress, because in here they can see a lot of a wonderful pictures and sight and natural sight in here. So what makes Lake Blade is very magnificent and attracted to people who come. Lake Blade, serving as a gateway to the Triglav National Park, is Lake Blade strategically. So, a scenic body of water surrounded by the Julian Alps. The emerald green lake isn't large, and it is impossible to walk perimeter in a single afternoon. What makes the destination so appealing is the small island. The small island in the middle of the lake, which is home to 17th century church. So you can see there is an island in the middle of the lake, and involving building with a standing 17th century church model. You may also want to ride horses on the shores of the lake, rent a rowboat to explore the water, or climb 15 minutes to reach Blade Castle, which dates back to the 17th century and boasts magnificent views over the lake below. And I would like to give you a 30 minutes to explore this place. I hope that don't forget to take a picture and to take a moment for every single time in here to make you always remember about these places. Well, people, we have done with the second destinations, and let's get back to the tour bus. We would like to continue in our third destinations. The third destination is nearby with the Lake Blade, so it is called as Triglav National Park. What makes this Triglav National Park is very wonderful and attractive to the people, because they can see a beautiful view in here with thousands of trees, lake, and the combinations with the fresh air and also the mountains is standing over there. You can see from the outdoors of the windows there is a lot of mountains in there that you can see, and of course I will give you an opportunities to take a picture over there, but don't be late to get back to the tour bus. And what makes this very interesting, the first of all, if you want to get outdoors and explore some of the amazing natural scenery in Slovenia, then this is the answer. This place is made up of the Julian Alps, with highlights in the regions including the towering peak of Mount Triglav itself, as well as the calm waters of the Lake Bohinj. For spectacular view, you can attempt to hike Mount Triglav over there, or you can take the easy road and ride on the Vogel cable car ride. The adventurers can also cross the Vingar Gorge on the wooden footbridge from the 19th century, or climb a staircase to see the rushing waters of the Savika waterfall. Rafting on the Soka River is also popular activities. Have you done take a picture over there in the Triglav National Park on the Triglav Mountains? Okay, let's get back to the tour bus, and we are going to start with the fourth destinations. The fourth destination is Kranjska Gora. So what basically Kranjska Gora and why this place is very wonderful? It is not slightly different with the previous places, that is Triglav mountains. In here you will be depicted by the mountainous places in here, by the various mountains in here. So What makes this popular is you can always visit these places in the winter because you can find a sport enthusiasts playing over there. So, Kranjska Gora, located in the northwest of the Slovenian. During the winter, Kranjska Gora is busy with the visitor who skiing and snowboarding in the resorts of the Vitrangs. So for those who wants to have a skiing and a snowboarding in here, I recommend you to get down in this place in the winter seasons or weather. So that is the best moments that you can take. You can also doing the skiing and snowboarding in here without feeling so worryless, because instead you do it in the other seasons like the spring. So there is a limited people only come in here because the snow is melted at all. Okay, I will give you a chance to take a picture in here, and I will give you a opportunity to try to explore this place at least 30 minutes and get back to the tour bus. Don't be late. Well, people, get back to the tour bus. We are going to continue to uh the last destinations. Here, last destinations is Celje. One of the oldest cities in all of the Slovenians is Celje, a small city perched on the banks of the Savinja River. The biggest attractions in this city is the enormous castle, which was erected in the 14th century and now looks down over the city from the hilltops locations. And the best way to spend a day in Celje is to walk through Old Celje, the historic downtown where buildings date back to the medieval times, and you can stroll along cobblestone roads, dine at the traditional eateries, and admire the traditional architecture throughout the city. So for those who is really attracted on the artistic and the old classics and also some kinds of the classical stuff, you can come in here. So whatever the seasons in here, it is very accessible and acceptable for you. Don't worry to come to the well, people, unfortunately today's tour and trips is over. I hope that you will never feel bored to come again in this country, because I recommend you whenever you are, if you want a trip to somewhere, just pick with this country, because this country is unlimited with an attractive destinations that can satisfy your desire, that can satisfy your feelings. And I really believe that you will be addicted with this country. Thank you very much for coming, and see you soon.